quantify or who gives them. I think the issue we should regulate the private health facilities across the country, because no one can tell us whenever they give you an hospital bill. And I know, for example, like Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital, Jaramogi Oginga Hospital, Coast General Provincial Hospital, Nakuru, the Rift Valley, they have a way of doing waivers to the needy, Mr. Speaker, that is being done by. But these private facilities, you saw Beauty and Buy, that led to the birth of the late, may her soul rest, Lucy, who was buried the other day, Mr. Speaker, that you are being told that that facility is licensed. The allegations we are hearing is licensed to provide massage and masseuse services, but you are told they were doing some surgery for beauty issues, and it shows that there is a problem within the system, Mr. Speaker, and I hope at the end of it all, we should be able to address such issues of having. Even one of the major issues is compassionate donations, Mr. Speaker. We have seen, I remember in the last session, Mr. Speaker, some of us have been around for some time. In fact, and then the CORD, was it called Coalition of Restoration of Democracy? When the teachers were on strike, they came up with a pay bill to fundraise for teachers then. Although no one told us what happened to that money that was being raised, Mr. Speaker, I hope with the audit coming under this bill, we will be able to know when such causes happen, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I agree largely with the spirit of the bill, but I have reservations, Mr. Speaker, that, and you know, even in this issue of fundraising, Mr. Speaker, I have some reservations to it. What I expected from this bill, Mr. Speaker, was just the process. We should have simplified. You want to do an Arambe? Yes. Where do you go? You get a permit. But, Mr. Speaker, introducing a cabinet secretary, a CCM, audits, you know, taxation, you know, it's unnecessary. It is lethargy of the entire process, clogging the process. We should make the issue of doing an Arambe in this country to be very simple, where you just need a permit to do an Arambe. Give us a substantive reason. If it is a medical reason, let it be non-medical bills, Mr. Speaker. If it is about, Mr. Speaker, building a religious place, let it be known. If it is about compassionate grounds, let it be known, Mr. Speaker. And I don't see the need why involved. I thought the cabinet secretaries of this republic have better things to do than regulate Arambes, Mr. Speaker. I would have expected that we would just give a law that we give even through a law that provides, Mr. Speaker, for that appeals. On the issue of appeals, Mr. Speaker, I'll clear there's public fundraising bills. You remember when there was a ravaging drought and there were issue of anger in the country, Mr. Speaker. You remember Kenyans for Kenyans that was being done to fundraise for Kenyans. I agree that such, Mr. Speaker, we can say on public fundraising appeals, we do audit. For example, I don't know whether Morara Kebaso, who is fundraising to go and audit for fuel and working around with security, I don't know whether Morara Kebaso, the proponent of inject, is part of public fundraising appeals. Because when you fundraise to fuel your car, to do something, I don't know whether it is part of the public fundraising. And I agree, there must be standards as to such, Mr. Speaker. I don't know, public fundraising involves also fundraising for campaigns. I have not seen in this bill, Mr. Speaker. Although we have campaigning finance laws in this country, but this public, I think we should have just regulated in terms of auditing. Let us regulate to public fundraising appeals. We don't create bureaucracy. You can imagine some small village somewhere in Nandi. I've lost someone. Their target to bury an individual is 200.